My brother called my foster son damaged goods and expected me to co-sign his business loan, so I cut him off and showed him what damaged really means. I 42M am the middle child of 3 siblings, and I've been the family mediator and financial backup for most of my adult life. I helped our parents through their divorces. Yes, plural, they each remarried and divorced again, and honestly, it's been draining. Mom moved across the country 5 years ago after her 3rd marriage fell apart, and we barely talk. Dad passed away from complications of diabetes 2 years ago after years of not taking care of himself. Watching him in the ICU those final weeks broke something in me. As the responsible one, I became the go-to problem solver. I don't hate it because I care about my siblings, and I've always been the peacekeeper type. Friends call me their therapist, and I've bailed out family members more times than I can count. I work in commercial real estate. My husband Dev, M39, runs a successful catering business, and I inherited Dad's investment portfolio, so we're comfortable. Money isn't tight. 3 years ago, I fostered and then adopted my neighbor's son, Marcus, M16, after she died unexpectedly from an undiagnosed heart condition. Marcus was 13 and had no other family. His dad was never in the picture. It was a nightmare year of grief, paperwork, and court dates, but the adoption was finalized when he turned 14. Now he's a thriving 16-year-old who calls me dad. He's been in therapy since day one, processing the loss of his mom and adjusting to our family. I couldn't be prouder of this kid. He's resilient, funny, and calls Dev Pops. He's my son, my legacy, and I literally tell him daily that he's the best thing that ever happened to us. Fast forward to my brother Ryan's, M38, big entrepreneurial venture. I was excited for him initially, and he asked me to co-sign a substantial business loan. We're talking 6 figures. I told him Dev and I would consider it, but we needed to see his business plan first. But during a family barbecue I hosted, Ryan made a comment that stopped me cold. He was talking about Marcus's college prospects and said, I mean, it's not like the kid's got great genes or anything. You're basically starting from damaged goods. I just stared at him. What did you just say? Ryan laughed it off. Come on, you know what I mean. His mom died of a heart thing. Who knows what else is hiding in there? Plus, you and Dev aren't exactly equipped to raise a straight kid properly. Then he added, no offense or anything, and took another bite of his burger. I didn't laugh. I didn't move. Dev, who heard everything from the grill, put down his spatula and walked over. The other guests got quiet. I finally said I needed to check on something inside, paid for all the food we'd ordered for the party, and told everyone they could stay, but I was done for the day. Dev and I went upstairs. Marcus was in his room with headphones on, thank God. Ryan showed up the next morning, pissed that I embarrassed him by shutting down the barbecue early. He said I owed him an apology for being oversensitive and that he was just joking around. Dev asked him to repeat exactly what he said about Marcus. Ryan refused and kept calling Marcus your neighbor's kid. I was fighting tears. I told Ryan that I wouldn't co-sign anything for someone who sees my son as defective, and even though I've been helping him with his car payments until he got on his feet, that stops now. I wasn't going to support someone who looked at my child like a charity case or a mistake. Ryan lost it, threw his coffee mug, my mug, across the lawn, screamed about how he was counting on this money, and asked how the hell he was supposed to start his business now. I said, you've got months to figure it out. Save up. He stormed off, shoving past Dev and nearly knocking over our mailbox. Then he blew up our family group chat. My older sister thinks I'm being dramatic and that Ryan was just being Ryan. My mom, surprisingly, said Ryan crossed a line but thinks I should still help him because family helps family. Now I feel guilty. I do love Ryan, and he's clearly stressed about his future, but I can't ignore what he said about Marcus. Standing up for my son feels right, but cutting off my brother feels awful. Edit, trying to reply to everyone, but I'm exhausted. I showed this post to Dev. We're planning to talk to Marcus tonight to ask if Ryan has ever said anything hurtful to him directly. I'm praying he has no idea what his uncle thinks of him. I love my kid. I want him to stay the confident, brilliant person he is. I don't want him to know about any of this. I texted Ryan asking if he really meant what he said, or if he was just drunk and stupid. No response yet. I don't want him near Marcus until we sort this out. I feel lost. There's no manual for this. What the hell do I even do? Wish us luck tonight. If Marcus tells us Ryan's been cruel to his face, Dev's going to lose it. Update, 5 days later. Keeping this shorter. Dev and I took Marcus to an escape room yesterday. His idea, he's obsessed with them. He had a blast, solved half the puzzles himself, and was in a great mood. On the drive home, Dev brought it up gently. We asked how he felt about losing his mom, then talked about how everyone processes grief differently. We asked if Dad, me, or Pops, Dev, had ever said anything hurtful. Marcus mentioned a few times we'd been short with him or said no to things like staying out past midnight, but nothing serious. Then we asked about Uncle Ryan. Marcus went quiet. Dev looked at me in the rearview mirror. I said, you can tell us anything, bud. When we got home, Marcus went to his room. An hour later, Dev came downstairs and said, he wants to talk to you. I went up. Marcus was at his desk, supposedly doing homework. I sat on his bed and asked what was up. He said, Pops told you, didn't he? I said I didn't know what he meant. Then Marcus told me Ryan makes him uncomfortable and has said things when Dev and I aren't around. Ryan called him the project, the stray, and once told him to his face, "You're not real family, you know. They're just doing this to look good." He also told Marcus that once Dev and I had biological kids, we're looking into surrogacy. We'd probably send him back. I can't describe the rage. I called Dev upstairs, and we both sat Marcus down to tell him he is our son. We told him that even if we have more kids, he is our firstborn and our pride. I cried. I held him and told him he's my whole world, that nothing will ever change that. He saved us. I'm so proud of him and of our family and who we've become. I told him I can never stop loving him, and neither can Pops. We love him more than anything. Then I was honest. Uncle Ryan is wrong. Uncle Ryan is jealous of you, jealous of how much we love you. Uncle Ryan needs help, but we can't give that help, so he won't be around for a while. Marcus asked us to stop sugarcoating things, so I was blunt. He's my brother, and I love him. You're my son, and I love you more. I apologized that he didn't feel safe telling us sooner, but assured him he can, always. We will always choose him, always. Marcus asked if it was his fault that I'm mad at Ryan. I told him actions have consequences. I don't hate Ryan. I do love him, but sometimes loving someone means you correct them. Then Marcus handed me his phone. Ryan had been texting him horrible things since the barbecue. Things I can't even type without wanting to break something. But one stood out. "Go cry to your so-called dad like a little snitch and prove me right." I screenshotted it and sent it to myself. Marcus fell asleep around 11 p.m. Dev and I went to bed, and I texted Ryan the screenshot with, "You come into my home as my brother and treat my child like this? Dad would be ashamed of you. This is not how you treat any kid, let alone your own nephew. I have loved you your whole life. I know you weren't raised to treat children this way, but as of now, you are not welcome in my home. You will not speak to or contact me, my husband, or my son. I will help you with September's car payment, but starting October, that's on you. I am no longer going to help. I'm sorry this breaks my heart, but you crossed a serious line. Marcus is my son, and I am his dad. Do not doubt me here. If you ever come at my family again or contact Marcus at all, I will take legal action. From today on, we are low contact. If you try to escalate this, it will become no contact." Second update. 8 days later. I kept my promise to Dev to wait before reacting. Turns out I didn't need to. Let me clear up some details. I'm the middle child. Mom and Dad were messy, and I was the stable one growing up. I managed things early on, not a power trip, just survival. I cooked dinner, helped with homework, mediated their fights. I know it's not normal, and yes, I'm in therapy. I was also Dad's primary caretaker at the end. He became mean and paranoid from the diabetes complications. It was hard. My siblings couldn't handle it. Ryan came to my door 2 days ago. He was crying, begging to come in, but Dev's family was over, and I made it clear I don't want him near my family after he emotionally abused my son and physically knocked into my husband. I told him to leave, or I'd call the police. He started pleading, saying he'd apologized to Marcus, that he was stressed and made mistakes. I could tell he was drunk or high. I told him it's not a simple mistake to bully a traumatized kid and make him feel unwanted by his own family. I don't know when I started yelling, but I did. I lost it. Called him selfish, spoiled, entitled to think this would just blow over, that he deserves my money after what he did. He needs help, and I'm done being his safety net. You don't ever hurt my kid. You're lucky I'm keeping my hands to myself, and luckier that Dev isn't out here, because he wouldn't. Ryan slapped me, called me a F***God and a traitor. Said I chose that dead woman's kid over him, that I love Marcus more than my own real family, that I turned my back on him. Dev must have been right by the door because before I could react, he pulled me inside, told Ryan he had 10 seconds to leave, and slammed the door. Ryan left fast. We called the police anyway and gave them our doorbell camera footage and texts. Ryan went ballistic over text afterward, telling me he hoped I'd die. Truly unhinged stuff. I blocked him, uploaded everything to Google Drive, dropped the link in our family group chat, and sent it to Mom. Then I sat down and cried. I put on my dad face before Marcus got home from soccer practice, made sure he did his homework, then went to my office and called Marcus's maternal grandmother. I told her what happened. She said Ryan's been spreading rumors that I'm abusing Marcus and warned me to be careful because she thinks Ryan's having a breakdown. Dev and I have spent today filing for a restraining order, alerting Marcus's school that only we can pick him up, and getting a lawyer. My older sister came over to help. Mom called and cried, saying she doesn't know what to do. I told her Ryan needs professional help and asked if she could check on him because he might be a danger to himself and us. She said, "Can't you handle this? This is too much drama. I'm busy." I was so stunned I just said, "Are you King kidding me?" and hung up. My sister is here helping me navigate this. Ryan's business partner called begging me not to press charges, saying Ryan's been stealing from their shared funds and using drugs. He's trying to get Ryan into rehab, but doesn't have money for bail or legal fees if Ryan gets arrested. I told him it's too late. The police are involved. He started crying, saying I'm a terrible brother, that I don't care about Ryan's struggles. I didn't respond. Now I'm just waiting. I feel wretched. No matter what I do, it won't feel right. I was supposed to protect them all, and now my brother is a mess trying to destroy my life, while my mom is completely checked out. I'm used to holding everyone together, but I don't feel like I can hold anything anymore. Final update, for months later. Too tired for the whole backstory. It's on my account. We went no contact with most of my family about 6 weeks ago, except my older sister. Marcus has been in therapy, and so have I and Dev, individually and couples therapy bi-weekly. A lot has changed. I didn't realize how much the parentification I experienced growing up really affected me. Being forced to be the adult, the mediator, the caretaker, it messed me up. My therapist helped me see I was never allowed to be angry or have boundaries. This situation with Ryan stirred everything up. Dev and I started having issues. She pointed out how I struggle to ask for what I want or express when I'm upset. I shut down. Learning this about yourself when everything's falling apart sucks. Ryan was arrested for the assault and ended up doing a court-mandated substance abuse program instead of jail time. His record is clean now, apparently. He's been trying to contact me every way possible. New numbers, emails, Instagram, even LinkedIn. He's written letters. It's exhausting. I hate cutting everyone off. It's isolating. I used to have my siblings around constantly, and now it's just one sister. It's lonely. I focus on Marcus and Dev. Dev seems happier. He's singing while he cooks again, more affectionate, more excited to go out. Marcus is happier too. We focused less on his grades and more on praising his kindness, his humor, his determination. He's more open now. Talks about crushes, drama with friends, the intricate social dynamics of high school. It's actually really sweet. I'm not okay, but my family is safe and happy, which is what matters. Ryan's business partner contacted me 3 days ago. Ryan's been out of the program for a week. He still has outpatient requirements. The partner says Ryan's not doing well, talking about self-harm, saying he was also abused by someone in our extended family when we were kids. He's begging me to talk to Ryan, to help him through this. He keeps reminding me how we used to be close. Calling what we had close might be wrong. Based on what I'm learning in therapy, our relationship was toxic from the start. I was an enabler to a manipulative, selfish brother. I held my ground and talked to Dev, who agrees I should maintain no contact and block the business partner. I'll rely on my sister for updates, but I can't help feeling guilty. I wish Ryan well, but I can't risk opening that door and endangering my family's well-being. I just feel alone. I know I can't have him in my life anymore. It just hurts. Sorry for the delay in updating. To those who've been kind or firm but fair in my DMs, thank you. There's no manual for being a good husband or father, and I've spent my whole life feeling out of my depth. I appreciate the support.